On the large scale commercial side, I think things like triploids or GMO stuff that's not going to be able to be pollinated is cool when you just want to grow a field for biomass, right? And not have any males, or have your neighbor be able to do his own breeding program and not screw up your stuff, or have hemp growing, seed hemp or fiber hemp where they're not pulling males, and then you don't have to worry about it for your home grow. I think that's, or not home grow, but like for your other nearby commercial grow. I think that is viability for that type of stuff. But personally, I'm not for GMOs or anything like that. I also think that there's a potential too with autoflowers being kind of used in that way with, and I've talked about this a long time ago, with autos being used to kind of control the market. If you have triploids and autos being like the vast majority of what's available to home growers, they have to buy each time. Once we have federal legalization, it means the feds can get their tax money each time. So I could see them doing some kind of law where, and again, this is being doomsday-ish, but where the feds require those to be the only seeds sold so that they can control the market, which, that would piss a lot of people off, including me. And it's something that is scummy enough I could see them trying to do. Hopefully I didn't give them any ideas.
So triploids generally are kind of against that, huh?
I mean, a lot of great strains are triploids, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you're selling seeds and people can't breed with them, that's kind of you're kind of ending the line. You're a lot of us that are in the community happen to and a lot of breeders. What are breeders supposed to work with? If you're a new breeder just getting into the game, you're not somebody that's been around for a long time. You don't have 2,000 plus different cultivars in your selection like I do, or a lot of other people do that have been doing this a long time. How are you supposed to build a pool of genetics to start working with to have the colors you need to paint your picture, right? Like, you got to have some different stuff so you can be, oh, I like the trait from this one, or I like the trait of this one. I bet they'd be even better if I combined them this way, right? Like, that's what all of us have experienced when we're doing breeding. And by closing that door, it takes away a lot of the fun of actually just growing the plant. So, like, again, it's great for commercial production. I think it definitely has a place in the market, but I wouldn't buy a 10-pack, put it that way.
I got my hands on the Donuts Triploid by Humboldt, and I haven't planted them yet. Figured I'd plant them and try them out, see what happens there. But yeah, I mean, from what I'm hearing, it seems like there's more. I don't know if I should even say this, but it seems like more cons than pros. I feel like it's never going to kind of overrun the whole market. I feel like Fems are always going to be the most popular, right? The traditional home grower is just going to want Fems, and they're going to want to be able to create their own seeds, and you can't really do that with triploids. So I don't foresee triploids kind of overrunning everything, and then like regs and fems kind of being outdated or obsolete. But yeah, it's kind of interesting. That's kind of coming onto the scene here and is becoming pretty popular out of nowhere.
My other question is that what are the negative impacts of that triploid genetic? Like, does it make it weaker to PM? Does it make it weaker to some environmental factor or insect that suddenly, because of that mutation, it's not able to express something that it needs to defend itself? Like, that's another thing I always think about with this is you might make a great plant, but if you breathe on it wrong and it gets botrytis, it's not that great of a plant, right? So that's the other stuff I worry about is a lot of this polyhybrid stuff. The moment I take it and put it outside, just gets wrecked. Like a lot of the super polyhybrid stuff did not do well in Thailand. It just got mold. Like especially when we're growing in the rice paddies, it needs to have some level of mold resistance, especially or it's just going to not do well. So you can solve a lot of that with things like IMO applications and boosting the plants, but that only works so far before just nature's going to take its course too.
This clip is brought to you by AC Infinity. Use discount code MrGrow at 15 to save on any of their products.